Good morning, podcasters. Welcome to another week of Going on Daily Live. My name is Becky here with Mr. Chuck Allen, who is not in his usual studio, as you can tell.
No.
If we've got some technical difficulties, blame it on Chuck Allen and his iPad.
Indeed, that's what I'm going to do. Does that sound awesome right there, or do I sound like I'm in a wind
It
tunnel?
sounds like you're in a tin can. It's fine.
I'm in the Hilton in College Station, Texas. It's kind of the same thing.
Oh, okay. Well,
Chuck looks a bit angry. Ooh.
We're making do today, and that's totally fine. It's no big deal. You and I always have a good time, so that's all.
Yeah, I'm not even supposed to be here right now, so this is kind of a flying blind and like just seeing how things work. I've never used my iPad to do a podcast before. I'm trying to find where the camera is even.
Right there.
So yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. The thing costs like 3 times more than my laptop, but it's definitely not better when it comes to this.
You don't have headphones?
I have these, but they were doing the same thing.
Oh, no way. Ugh, crappy piece of iPad, iPhone technology. Apple.
I'm the most expensive ones of iPhones and i things, and this is the most expensive iPad. So I don't know. Maybe they just don't measure up. Not for going on daily.
No, not for going on
daily.
This
is the last time I'll ever do this.
I have a Samsung. I have no issues with it. Love it. It's great.
I bet it would probably have been awesome if I'd done it on my phone, but I thought this would work because this was, the good iPad, but
whatever. We're making do. It's fine. People are just going to have to turn up their volumes a little bit to hear you, and that's totally fine. It is.
Am I too quiet? Do I need to,
Well, I don't know if you can even turn it up. I don't know. If you turn up your volume, it doesn't turn up your sound.
But maybe it does. I don't know. Let's see.
I don't know. That's about with it. I am going to let everybody know what week. Oh, Ron can do it here. Perfect. I'm going to let everybody know what week it is. So as anybody who's been following along with our show know, we've been doing themes for the last, 6 weeks now. Today is the start of TV week, where we are talking all things TV. Woo, woo, woo. So you've got a story about why you're blind. We're not going to get into that yet. I've got a story about the origin of TV. So why don't you start us off, though, about where in the world you are? We already know it's College Station, Texas.
It is College Station, and it's been a winding road since the last time you and I met here on Going on Daily last Monday. All kinds of craziness has transpired, and it has led me to be here at the Hilton in downtown College Station in room 308 this Monday morning, which is cool. It's been an absolute joy being here. But I wasn't supposed to be here right now. So again, kind of winging it with the equipment, trying to do the best we can. I ended up in College Station this morning kind of by happenstance. If you got a second, I'll tell you what happened. So I think last week I was bragging as we ended our program that my company was getting ready to go do a commercial roofing project in Bryan, Texas, which is right next door here. It's actually called BCS, Bryan College Station. And everything's going great on that project. We're going to finish it this morning. So I would have been here regardless, but we started this job last week on Thursday. And I just wanted to kind of come up and be present because the building owners, they're called me personally on the job. You want to be present. I don't need to. My guys understand how to do this better than I do, and they're great at it. But I like to show up. And I lived here in College Station for 10 years, so I took the opportunity to come up and visit. We start the job on Thursday. Everything goes great. Friday, everything's great. Friday afternoon, I decided that, these guys don't need me. One thing I've fallen into here recently is I have this affinity to take the afternoons off and go play golf. And it is working for me because I just got a referral from one of my people that I played golf with a couple weeks ago for a new roof, like 10 minutes ago. But this is all a referral from someone I did a roof for 10 years ago, like I said. So I'm here, and I decided they didn't need me, so I'm going to go play golf at this little town called Caldwell, about an hour away. I go over there, great day, everything's awesome. I come back. I'm going to, is Barry White? Oh, nice. That's what I'm talking about. And then, so I'm like, out there, I leave, I come back to town, I check on my guys. I had another referral here in town that I went and looked at, and I took care of those people. And I'm getting ready to go grab something for dinner. And I'm super pumped because there is a Wings and More, which I don't think I need to explain that. Wings and More. And I hadn't eaten there in like 3.5 years since I moved. I'm going to go there for dinner, and then I'm going to go get a hotel room, and everything's going to be awesome. Get to the Wings and More, and I realize I don't have my wallet with me. And I'm like, uh-oh. I'm 175 miles away from my home, and I don't have a hotel room, and you can't get a hotel room without like a physical license and a physical card,
Right.
unless you do it on, Priceline or something, but you still have to give them an ID when you get there. So game plan changes. I'm freaking out. I called the place where I was at, and they said, no, nobody's turned it in. We haven't seen it. So I go into panic mode, right? You start like canceling everything, like, I have a business account and my business card is there, and I don't need that cleaned out. I take whatever's in mine, but if you took what was out of the business account, I'm kind of done. So I shut everything down. It's cool. I had to drive all the way back to San Antonio, and I get there later that evening. They give me a call, and they're like, "Hey, somebody found your wallet and they turned it in." Sweet. I'm gonna be back in town on Monday, so I'll just swing by and grab it. Well, here's where it gets a little sketchy. Hannah, the nice young lady, says, well, we're not open on Mondays. You can come by on Tuesday. Now, mind you, it's 3 hours away from where I live, so I'm not really trying to come back again. And I said, well, are you guys open on Sunday? Because I could come Sunday, and then I'll be here Monday for this momentous occasion of finishing the job we've got. And that's what happened. But here I am, That's how I ended up in College Station on Monday morning. I've had a winding, twisting road. It's been San Antonio here, Bryan, College Station. I lost my wallet in Caldwell. And by the grace of God, somebody actually turned it in, which makes me have a little more faith in humanity as I wake up this Monday morning. It's like, you know what? The world's still pretty good.
They looked at your ID and they're like, I know that Chuck Allen 210. Like, if this was Chuck Allen 209,
yeah, they're keeping his. Yeah, they've seen enough of my content to realize there was nothing worth stealing in that identity. So it was like, just give it back to the poor guy. It's all he's got.
Yeah, right. Hey? Yeah. But, that's nice whoever did that. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's still some kindness in this world, and here we are. And like I said, good deeds always go unpunished. I went back, I got my wallet, and I ended up here. I did get Wings and More for dinner last night, and you want to know the truth about Wings and More, Becky? It sucked. It's gone down since the last time I was here, and
how do you mess with things? Deep fry them till they're crispy. Like, how do you mess that up?
I know. How do you mess that up? But they went cheap. You could tell it was like cornflakes for the stuff now, and it wasn't the same. And
cornflakes.
Very disappointed. But then I'll end my segment here about where in the world I am with something that you can relate to 100%. You and I can relate to this because you know this better than anybody. I'm driving into Bryan, Texas, and I see something off in the horizon yesterday. There's like a giant a ray of sunshine above it, and it's just like, whoa, what's going on? My eyes are drawn to this building. It's Tim Hortons. There's a Tim Hortons in College Station, Texas now, right?
What?
So immediately I get all excited. I'm like, oh, Tim Hortons, like the real
thing. Deal?
It's all updated. It looks cool. It's got a maple leaf on the front. Like, you would definitely approve of this. And I'm so stoked because it's right by my hotel. So I'm like, tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up. I'm going to go to the Crunch Fitness, which is right next door here. Yeah. I did not end up going today, just for transparency. This hotel's too nice, and I just was not feeling like getting up. But I'm going to go get some Tim Hortons. I'm going to show up on the air today. I'm going to be like, Becky, check it out.
That
I got a Tim Hortons cup, which you can see I don't have. I get it all pumped up. I'm fired up. I go there. Guess what? Yeah, it even looks cooler than that. It's not open yet. It's under construction.
Oh, it's brand new.
Brand new. There was a burger store that was there before that was actually fairly good that obviously wasn't supported by the community. But I'm very happy to see that Tim Hortons is creeping its way closer to San Antonio.
I had no idea it was doing that, to be honest.
There's like 2 or 3 of them in Houston, and I did not know there was one in College Station. I would have never left College Station if I'd known they were. Now it's like, come on, San Antonio, we need We need
Right.
Tim Hortons. But
Hmm.
I ended up getting an energy drink, a Hawaiian punch flavored C4. And that's why I'm probably a little bit more wound up than
A
normal.
little
That's not my
more.
typical
Yes.
thing.
Yes. Like I type in Texas on the Tim Hortons website and it says that there's no locations. So
I beg to
maybe
differ, my friends. I saw it. I
this is
got a picture of it. It's on my iPhone.
Tim Hortons
Look,
USA.
this today, I feel like I've got mobility since I'm not tied to my podcast studio. But check this out.
Oh, okay, hold on a second. Now
Look,
it says Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, Maine, Michigan, Missouri, New Jersey, New York. Oh yeah, there
Tim
we go.
Hortons.
All right. With a big Canadian maple leaf there as the
Right
sign.
there in the heart of Texas. How badass is that?
And then all the Americans are like, what is this red pot leaf doing here?
No way. We're all like, dude, we love Canada here and
My
Texas.
brother
You guys
lived
are like
in
our second favorite state.
right, the
We love you
51st.
guys.
My brother lived in Kansas and Alabama in university. And when he first got to Kansas, he put a Canadian flag on his wall, as one does. And some girl was like, are you like a pothead or something? And he's like, no, why? Well, why do you have this big red pot leaf on your wall? And he was like, get out of my room. Get out
Some
of here.
people are really stupid and they just,
Yeah,
you know, when I was a kid, this is kind of ironic. I went to Canada one time and the one souvenir that I had that I still have, Canadian flag.
yeah.
I own a Canadian flag.
I mean, it's a pretty solid flag, I guess. I like the
It's
American flag,
badass,
though.
yeah. If I can't have American flag, I'm definitely going with the Canadian.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
it's soft. Like you know that you can
it's
fight.
friendly and alluring, and it's like, hey,
Yeah, but you could fight somebody with a Canadian flag as a like a maple leaf is not a hard. You got stars, man, and those stars all represent something, and you got stripes, and they all represent something. We've got a
you do know
maple
what the
leaf.
stars actually represent? And this is a true statement. I'm not just making this up.
I thought it was all the states.
Well, that too. There's just happens to be 50 of them because there's 50 states, but they're actually Chinese fighting stars that we throw at people.
It's because everyone in the states
between
is
the
a
American
ninja.
flag and the Canadian flag. Yeah,
Yeah.
ours is designed for brutality, and your guys is very alluring and charming, and comes into the neighborhood and fills us with warmth and happiness. And
fair.
you know, we take care of that because
Love it.
that's the way we love it.
Well, I wish
Tim
you
Hortons
could
is
have.
welcome in Texas.
I wish you could. It said it's in Austin, Humble, Stafford, Katy, and Houston.
They don't even have College Station up yet. I didn't know there was one in Austin.
Brand
That's
new.
only like an hour from me.
There's only one in Austin, 2 in Humble,
That's crazy.
1 in Stafford, 1 in Katy, and 5 in Houston.
San Antonio needs one. And you want to know something interesting about Humble? In Texas, it's not actually pronounced humble. It's just pronounced humble. Like there's no H there.
Humble.
Yeah. It's Texas has some unique stuff going on with the vocabulary.
Well, that one's close to you. You're going to have to go to that one. Will Clayton Parkway in Humble, Texas.
That's not far from where I'm at now.
Well, then you better get over there and
it's
get
like
yourself
2
an
hours
ice
the
cap.
other direction from my home, but
you will love an ice cap. It is to die for.
No, I'm just straight up. I'm like dark roast.
I mean, it's just
no
coffee.
Cream, no sugar.
No, it's just coffee.
So
you will not be wowed by just coffee. You got to be wowed by the delicious drink.
It's noticeably better.
Well, I'm glad you had this experience, except minus not, losing your wallet, not getting to have Tim Hortons. But yeah, I mean, you get to stay in a hotel. I love staying in a hotel. Their beds are just the best.
And the cool part was, I got my wallet back. Everything's good.
But now
everybody wins. I stayed at the Hilton last night. I got to use my points from years of travel.
And
it's extremely reasonable to stay in a nice, beautiful Hilton in the middle of downtown College Station.
Guaranteed it has a gym there, so it's not like you can't go work out.
It's got everything. After we're done here today, I'm going to the job site. We're starting our final coding process today at 10 a.m. Then I got to go do a small repair, and then I'm going to go back to San Antonio today. So my Monday, where I normally don't work on Mondays, I'm working today.
Listen, at least we're not listening to the gardeners, although I'd almost take the gardeners over whatever the sound is that's coming out of your...
It's probably this air conditioner now that I think about it.
No, it's like... Row. Okay, think of Ferris Bueller's Day
Oh, I'm
Off.
gonna be
Wow,
so mad
wow.
when I hear this later. I'm gonna be so disappointed in
Yeah, you are.
myself. Sorry to the fans. You know I'm better than this.
Here, I have an idea. I'm gonna tell everybody where they can find us. Why don't you refresh and see what happens?
Refresh. All
Yeah, how
right.
about that?
Let's see. Ready?
Yeah, ready. So you are watching, going on daily live. You can watch us. Hold on, I gotta get over here. You can watch us live right now on Kick, YouTube, Rumble at Rhode Island Broadcasting, at Twitch at RI Broadcasting. Oh, wow, you're back so fast. And
Indeed.
on X at Broadcasting RI. You can watch us live, subscribe, like, share, whatever you do on these live platforms. If you can't be with us live at 9 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Mountain Time, you can be with us after the fact in audio, in spirit on Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio at RI Broadcasting. You look puzzled over there, Chuck.
There's a light behind me, and I'm trying to figure out, is it too bright right now? Is it not
No, your
bright?
lighting is great. I
Oh,
look like I
okay.
have jaundice, and I even have the warm settings on my thing. So
I'm good with this then.
yeah, it's good.
I feel inferior right now and inadequate. I feel like I'm bringing the network
Yeah,
down, and
you're just letting everyone
thanks to
down
my
today,
wallet,
Chuck.
thanks to me deciding to go play golf instead of doing work, this is what happened. 100%.
Okay.
That decision caused all of it.
Ugh, that's okay. But you enjoyed your golf trip, I'm sure.
And I played really well, so
Yeah, well, that's
it was
all that
worth it.
matters. Listen, we've got snow, so the fact that you're golfing still is pretty awesome.
Oh, golfing, dude! I'm wearing shorts today. Check this out. Yeah,
Ooh,
I
shiny
got
legs.
shorts.
Ooh. I am in a sweater and fleece pants. So, I mean, it's not even that cold. I'm just being a baby.
Just being comfortable. I respect that. It's gonna be
Like it's
84
only
today here. 84
84. Oh my
Fahrenheit.
gosh. It is currently -5, which is, let me switch to
Oh,
Fahrenheit here. -5 is 23 degrees. Here,
I like how
here.
you're like, it's not really that cold. Like
It's not.
people would freak out here. Like if it was 23 here, game over. Our power fails when it gets that cold.
That's like a warm day. That is like the day my dad puts on shorts after a long
I
winter.
know. I know.
Crazy man.
I lived in tougher environments than this.
Yes, you have. Well, you had that Great Lakes cold. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
and I think because they buried all the utility stuff underground instead of above, I think that makes a huge difference. That's the analytical side of me coming up with the explanation for why the power goes out in Texas when it just gets a little bit cold.
right. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It's outdated stuff too.
Yeah.
But we got cool football
But
stadiums.
it's warm. So who cares?
Yeah, until you don't have power, and then it's like, maybe we could have invested a little bit of that money into
I
something
guess.
that made
Yeah, you're
sense.
right.
But we
You
learn as
guys
we
are like,
go
oh,
here.
it's freezing. It's 32 degrees. Meanwhile, we're like, yeah, it's 32 degrees.
I'm not even wearing a hoodie outside. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much us. Like, oh, tank top day. Nice. So, anyways, we are on social media, MeWe, TikTok, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Space Hey, Parlor, Gab, and then, of course, Patreon at RI Broadcasting. Patreon, you can get yourself some swag, keep the show in business. And of course, on Twitter/X at Broadcasting RI. And if you're watching the show, comment. Okay. Comment from any of these platforms. We'll be able to see you, well, at least on our live ones, and we'll be able to interact with you. And that would be awesome. Of course, we have a Facebook going on daily morning show. Somehow it's not connected right now, so Ron can't even upload anything. So I'm going to have to go back in after the show, re-upload everything. That'll be great. But follow us there so we can go live again. And finally, support the show at rhodeislandbroadcasting.net, where you can get all the information I just talked about. Yes. Oh, this way. Over there. And you can vote for the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is fun. Did you go vote yet?
Did I?
Yes.
Well, we realized the other day that I only knew Robin Williams and Tom Hanks, so it was very easy. I have not voted yet. I'm going to be honest. Maybe I'm slacking a little bit on my duties here.
Yeah, maybe.
But I do believe Robin Williams will be my vote this month.
I think it's going to be everyone's vote, to be honest. He's in the lead, or at least he was. But if you like any of these actors, even if you don't like any of these actors, go ahead to rhodeislandbroadcasting.net and vote for who you think deserves to be in the Hall of Fame? Philip Seymour Hoffman, Sean Penn, Robin Williams, Gene Hackman, or Tom Hanks? And just know if you vote for Tom Hanks, we're not friends. You and I
So
don't like
yeah,
him.
that right there. If you vote for Tom Hanks, we're not friends either, and that's why. Out of all the people I knew, there were only two, and it was like I better just go with Robin Williams
Yeah, you
because
better.
you
He was
made
the
it very clear
dean.
last week. For some reason, there's some animosity with Tom Hanks, and I'm not even questioning it because I think Tom Hanks is kind of messed up myself.
Like I used to love him. Used to think he was great, but then I became a conspiracy theorist and they love to roast Tom Hanks. So you know what? In true conspiracy mind, I'm going to play along with that. So
Yep. Sorry,
I don't
Tom.
like him. I don't like him. So yeah, Robin Williams all the way, I guess, for me. Although JJ and I were talking about how awesome Philip Seymour Hoffman was. And so he would have been my second choice, I think. He was
I
really good.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know
Okay.
Sean Penn.
How? How do you not know Sean Penn?
It's
He was
weird.
around.
I have a strange life going on over here. Like
Yeah,
all
right.
those 70s movies we had with like Star Wars and Star Trek, I'm just like staring off into the abyss because I have no idea what any of that is.
You haven't seen Star Wars?
No.
What?
I since I was a little boy, I've been straight up just nothing but a sports fan for like TV and stuff and comedy, stupid comedy and
Okay.
sports. That's it. And I don't even watch that anymore. So I've never been that well
Interesting.
versed in movies or any of that stuff because I just don't. Or popular
Interesting.
TV shows. I liked Breaking Bad and Curb Your
That's a great one.
Enthusiasm, but
I couldn't get into
it,
Curb Your Enthusiasm, even though I
man,
love all those actors.
those guys are brutal. I like sarcasm. It's my thing. Uh-oh.
Sean Penn. You don't know Sean Penn?
No. You
Okay.
could have sat like that for an hour and been like, Chuck, I will give you $5,000 if you can name this actor. I'd have been like, Johnny
Nope.
Depp. I don't know.
Let's see. Greasy hair and mustache, Johnny Depp.
Definitely Johnny Depp.
That's funny. Yeah, he's okay. He's a weird actor, but he's okay.
I feel like actors, you've got to be a little bit unique to be able to get into all the different roles and stuff. And I think
Yeah.
sometimes after you play a certain amount of roles, you just instantly become like
That weird dude.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're all of those personalities combined and
Yeah, I agree.
sketchy. That's why I'm
Yeah.
glad I'm not famous.
Yeah,
More
right.
famous than I actually am.
Yeah, right. You're like pretty famous.
Yeah, I'm roofing industry famous. Kind of
That's right.
crazy.
Everyone knows Chuck Allen.
Kind of
Toucan.
crazy.
Well, I wish I had a roof for you to. Well, I have a roof, but like I wish it was not covered in snow right now.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Right? I mean, it seems like a great place to be a roofer is somewhere that doesn't get winter, so that's pretty cool. That's a wise business move.
Yeah, like today we're spraying a acrylic coating on top of this metal roof and basically cost her a third of the money. She's going to get tax breaks. She's going to get energy savings. Solar reflectivity, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we do here in Texas.
I love this plug. You know,
I'm
let's
like Billy
skip.
Mays, though. If you give me the opportunity, I'll be like, if you're in Canada and you need a roof, I have a vanity number now. Call 833-RIO ASAP today.
Billy Mays.
I'll get on your roof right now. I got nothing else to do.
Perfect. Come up to Canada. We actually need a new roof come the spring, so.
Well, let me know because I can
Okay.
give you some good referrals for roofers in Canada.
No, we want Chuck Allen or we want
friends.
nobody. Chuck Allen or
Good
bust.
people.
No.
My sponsor roofer is actually based out of Canada.
Where in Canada?
That's one of those things. Like every week you tell me where you're from in Canada, but then I forget because it's like they're all kind of like just Canada to me. Like
Yeah.
Quebec and Montreal and Ottawa.
Nowhere near us.
And like they
No.
all are like, I don't know.
Montreal and Ottawa are like across the border from each other. So it's basically the same place. Quebec is the province that Montreal is in. It is nowhere near me. It is on the other side of the country. That's like saying Rhode Island and Idaho.
All right.
So we're above Idaho
Canada's
and
huge,
Montana.
and I didn't realize that.
Yeah, we're huge.
I didn't realize how big Canada really was.
It is. If I was to drive from top to bottom of my province, it'd probably be like 20 hours or longer. Yeah,
That's about like Texas, I think. You go from one side to the other, it takes like a day and a half.
Yeah. Yeah,
Crazy.
I actually think it is bigger, but Texas is massive. You're right.
You get into Texas, it's crazy. I brought one of my buddies down one time. We road tripped, and you get to the Texas border, and it's like you feel good. Oh, dude, we're in Texas now, and you realize you still got like 15 hours, and you've only driven
Yes.
like 9 so far. It's like, dude, don't get
Yeah,
excited.
exactly. Let's see of the size comparison here. Alberta, oh, they look pretty similar, but you're wider. Alberta is approximately 660,000 square kilometers or 250,000 square miles. Texas, oh,
So okay, I know about Alberta. I used to watch wrestling back in the day, and they had that one wrestler that was like, "I'm from Calgary,
yeah,
Alberta,
that's right, close to me.
Canada."
Who was that? Was that Bret
And
Hart?
I'd be
It totally was
serious
Bret
for
Hart.
a moment, and he like never broke. He was always like,
That
"May
was
I be
Bret Hart.
serious for a moment?"
Yeah.
No, it was some other dude. He
Oh,
would always
really?
be like, "I'm from Calgary,
Because Bret and
Alberta,
Owen Hart were both from Calgary.
Canada." I bet Ron
Um,
will know. He'll come up with it
no, he
here in
doesn't
a
like
second. But
wrestling.
Chris Jericho,
Jericho?
Calgary, Alberta, Canada. But you got to say it like
Calgary, Alberta. Yeah, Calgary is also in my province. It's close. Calgary's awesome. You would love it.
And the other wrestler for back then was Iron Mike Sharp. He was known as Canada's greatest athlete, but he never won a match. It was a
Oh.
complete like it was
Hmm.
a ruse. His nickname was like a joke.
It's like world's best cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all up to opinion.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, we've gone a half an hour of just talking. So let me get into it here. Our next topic for today is called Love Made Away. And this is a personal story that I'm going to tell. And I'm also going to read something. So I've decided that in February, so 3 months from now, I'm going to Africa.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Yes. And the girl I'm going with made this little graphic here in the middle. Right here. It says, I'm not born in Africa, but Africa is born in me. That's the only graphic I had. So I figured,
It's
whatever. It's
perfect.
cute. It's cute, right? So where I'm going is roughly around, I don't know, the is that, or like the Africa.
Like near the jaw of that giant lion.
Yes, that's
Okay.
right.
I
Roughly.
gotcha.
Now I'm questioning myself, but I'm going to Uganda. And the reason I am doing so, hold on, let me just look here. Yeah, it's actually maybe right around the word Africa under butt. So that's where I'm going, right around the cheek of the line is where
Right
I'm going.
under Africa, but okay, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. And
Uganda. I
Uganda,
know about Uganda.
yeah, Uganda's a great apparently. It borders Kenya, South Sudan, what is DRC? Is that the Democratic?
Dominican
Whoa.
Republic. Whoa.
No, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and then
Oh,
Rwanda and Tanzania. So I mean, it's on a big lake at least. So it's
it's a
not on the
big
ocean, but it
place.
is on a big lake. So hopefully we get to see some beach while we're there. But the lady that I'm going with, she went there in 2007 for the first time on a missions trip. She grew up in a family of missionaries, and her and her brother went to Uganda in 2007, and she fell in love and like literally like found a man also, but fell in love with the country. And so she's now been back 28 times since 2007.
Nice.
So in 18 years, 28 times, that is a big commitment. And in that time, she has seen the needs of people. Like she realized that education was just not a thing. Like education is so expensive down there. She said that let's say a man who has a job, let's say, I think she said like a police officer, he would make the equivalent to $75 a month. But
Oh,
school is the equivalent to $225 every 3 months. So, I mean, if you're doing the math, like school is costing more than this guy's even making, or pretty darn close.
sounds
And
like what
so,
we've got here in America.
yeah, right.
Our school systems are the same.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't go to school there. And so she said, "No, that's not right." And she did, be careful, we're about to attack Nigeria. Are we really? Well, we're not going to Nigeria. Nigeria is they kill Christians over there. We don't go there. Um, but anyway, so she saw the need and has built schools. That school now teaches over 500 kids. She's
Nice.
got 27 staff. She also built an orphanage that has dozens of children living there. And she just felt more recently like, what am I doing? Like a lot of these kids that we've had in school for the last 15 years have aged out of the system. Now what? Like we need to do more in Uganda. So that's where, we come in now. We're going to be building a library and a clean well. or drinking well. And we're also going to be spending time with all these kids. So I'm going to read what she wrote for us. And yeah, it's very touching. I actually didn't even read the whole thing. So you and I will both be surprised here.
All right.
So, and again, my girl is named Kira, and she's a friend of mine. So, Love Made Away Ministries is excited to embark on our upcoming trip from February 11th to the 27th. By the way, Ron, I'm going to be gone on those days. Hopefully, I can have internet and pop in maybe once or twice. This journey is all about carrying love into communities that are longing for hope, practical support, and encouragement. Our team is partnering with local leaders to serve families, children, and villages through a series of meaningful outreaches designed to lift the hearts and strengthen the communities. We will be building a library and a clean drinking well, like I said. One thing our team of 14 is most excited about is hosting a Valentine's Day event to spoil 70 street kids with a warm meal, love, and attention, and making them feel like kings and queens for the day. So we're actually making all these little gift bags. They're going to be full of like school supplies and toys and actually she mentioned yesterday that she wants to buy some meat for these kids because a lot of these kids don't get meat just because it's expensive. So that's going to be exciting. But during our time there, we're going to be hosting village outreaches. So we'll run children's programs that includes games, songs, crafts, Bible stories. Of course, it's a Christian mission, which creates safety and joy-filled spaces for these kids to experience what feeling loved is actually like. Now, we had a fundraiser last week, and a guy was talking about when he was there and he was playing with all these kids. There was a pool, or like a pool, I think is a stretch, maybe a puddle. But he was playing with all these kids, and the moms kept saying to Kira, why is he playing with the children? Oh, hey, Ron.
It's Ron, everybody. His weekly pop-up.
So funny. But they kept saying, why is he playing with the children? They didn't understand because their dads don't play with their kids. Oh, he lost power. Dads don't play with the children. And it made this guy think, like, even in Canada or North America, dads aren't playing with their children anymore either. Everyone's so buried in their phone or working so much. And it really made him realize, like, that as a father, he needs to step up his game and, like, be there for his kids. So, all those kids who got to play with this guy in a puddle or in a pool or whatever you want to call it, got to experience what it was like to have, that not one-on-one time, but that connection with a father figure. And then of course he was like bawling as he's telling the story. So I don't even know where I left off here, but oh yeah, our team will also visit widows. I didn't know that. That's going to be heartbreaking. Widows, orphans, and street kids, as well as vulnerable families, offering encouragement and essential supplies. Speaking of supplies, this is going to get heavy here. And a great George Michael song.
Oh no! I'm gonna start laughing just as you said
Ron,
it's about to get heavy.
Ruin this
and then I
moment.
read the comments. And it's
I know. Let's turn the comments off here. No, it's gonna get heavy for a second. Some of the supplies that we are bringing are pads and tampons for girls because they just don't have access to this stuff. The ones that they do have access are insanely expensive. She said that if you go to a store, you might be able to really heavy flow. Get out of here.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not
terrible,
laughing.
Ron. Terrible. You might be able to find one box of tampons, and it's like insanely expensive, and nobody can afford it. And so some of these girls end up doing some not so nice things to get money to literally just have basic supplies. Or she was saying too that a lot of them are using moss in their underwear, which of course is causing infections because you're not supposed to put dirt up there. And so that's part of what we're bringing there is supplies for girls who don't need to prostitute themselves to get basic human supplies. So that's important to us. So in addition to all that, we're going to support local churches, pour into the leaders, and connect with the growing school community that has become this vital part of the ministry. So every step of this mission is rooted in our belief that love always makes a way, bringing hope, healing, and restoration wherever it goes. So we're grateful to everyone who is supporting us, sown into this mission, even prayed for us. Like I said, we had a fundraiser, had tons of money given to us, which is so awesome. But, we're making this lasting impact in Uganda. And I know a lot of people go, well, we have people here that need help. You're right. And there's also a lot of options to get help here. as well, where, in some places around the world, there isn't options, right? So, yeah, that's my little spiel about what I'm doing in February.
I think that's pretty amazing. And I'll tell you
Yeah.
this, I have a couple friends that go over and do the exact same thing.
Hmm.
Some of my people from the roofing industry that, take their money and they actually use it for good rather than evil, and
Right.
go over there and do all that. And then one thing I do, there you go. Ron will be on every show for a couple
Yeah, and
weeks.
I'm
I
gonna
love
pop in and I'm gonna hashtag all
it.
kinds of nonsense is what I'm gonna
No,
do.
it'll be amazing. But just to put a cap on this, and I'm only telling you this because I don't want this to happen to you, Becky, or to your friend when you go to Uganda. I have a friend that went over there, and he's a very prominent individual in the
Mhm.
roofing industry, but he's very well known for giving and just being a wonderful human being. He loses millions of dollars on events that he does because he believes in the education more than and he was in Uganda, and he told me this story on my podcast. He was there and kind of wasn't really thinking one night, and had been out doing stuff and helping the kids and helping the people in the communities. And he said they were sitting around a bonfire, and he didn't think anything of it. He just assumed he was back home in North Carolina or whatever. He was wearing flip-flops and shorts and a t-shirt.
Mhm.
My dude got malaria, and he almost died from it.
Yeah,
So
I can see
be
that.
very aware of that when you're down there. I think it's more prominent. He said he got
Yeah.
mosquitoes were on him, and he's like, he got it right there
Yeah.
at the bonfire. So definitely be aware of malaria.
Totally. Yeah. So part of, Kira's protocol for us is that we have to have malaria medication. Even for people like me who don't want to take medication, you need malaria medication. We are also going in the summer and not their rainy season, which is great. She said very rarely does she even see mosquitoes when she's there in the summer, which is fantastic. But yeah, it is a definite concern there. The other thing is we have to get a vaccine for yellow fever, and I am not a vaccine girl. And I have to get that. So I'm really not excited about that either. But you know what? I also don't want yellow fever. So I mean, I'm torn.
Yeah. It says a lot about the world when you have to get certain things for certain locations that you would never even
Yeah,
imagine here.
totally.
And, that's pretty awesome. Bless you
The
guys
only,
for doing that.
I
That's
mean, the
going to be a
only
great
thing
experience.
we really have to do here to protect ourselves from is a virus that makes us locked in our houses for 2 years.
As long
That's
as you sit down and it goes over your
That's right.
head,
Yeah.
you're
As long
fine.
as you just wear your mask, but if you're eating, pull down your mask. But then like put it back on, but like don't breathe while you're eating. Mhm. And as long as you stay to the stickers on the floor, then that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. And these stickers still exist to this day at
Do
CVS and
your part.
Walgreens.
I know. Yeah. Like there are countries in the world like with real problems, and then there's North America. It's like I want to fit in. I want to do stuff that are stupid,
Yeah,
but
we need some stupid problems too. Come on.
yeah, that's right.
Our problems are
I mean,
cool.
America's got, and Canada, we both got all kinds of stupid problems. So we don't need
I
to
didn't
admit.
realize mosquitoes kill more people.
Yeah, it's apparently the
And,
deadliest animal is mosquitoes, which is
and you know
wild.
the crazy thing about this? I get chewed up on by mosquitoes a lot. And I think I must have like an immunity to like malaria or West Nile virus. Maybe I've got enough of it in me, or maybe I'm walking around. I've had West Nile for years and I just don't know. But I see these videos where they're like, local man was bit by mosquito and got West Nile virus here in San Antonio, here in College Station too. And I've been bitten by mosquitoes many times here, and
Mm.
I'm tempting fate most likely,
You
but
know, I wonder what makes it so someone is affected and someone's not. It's the same thing, honestly, as like, well, speaking of COVID, it's like the ones that were dying probably weren't perfectly healthy. They probably had really stressed out livers.
there was a
Great.
lot to that. Yes.
Yeah, and they weren't counting just COVID deaths. If you died and you had cancer, but you had COVID when you died, you got a COVID death, not a cancer death. So, I mean, yeah, I think it really depends on like how healthy you are. I mean, you work out almost every single day. You walk nonstop. Like your body is stronger than someone who sits around all day.
Yeah.
Doesn't work
It's
out.
really
Doesn't
that
eat properly.
simple. I mean,
Drinks.
it really is. And
Yeah.
maybe just getting up and going for a walk every day can make you also immune to things like malaria and West Nile
That's
virus,
right. You've heard it
like
here
me. I
first.
mean,
Walking
I'm living
Protect
proof
you
it
from West
works.
Nile.
I've never had any West Nile virus. I don't
No,
think.
I've
Maybe
never
I have,
either.
but if I have, I've defeated it. Much
Yes.
like I'm sure we've all had some form of COVID at this point, even
Yeah.
though I couldn't tell you that I've ever had it. Cause to me, it's like, I had a bad cold or I had the flu that one week and
Mhm.
I
I
never had
did have it
flames in my
once.
throat or anything like that.
I
So
did have it once and it was brutal, but like I got over it because I had a healthy immune system. Lived to tell the tale.
it's
So
pretty
anyway,
basic. Sometimes you just got to get back to the basics.
yeah, right.
Just be healthy and you'll be healthy.
Yeah, move your body and drink water and sleep on time. I actually had this whole thing till 2 in the morning last night with ChatGPT about why my heart is like crazy all the time. It's like pounding nonstop. I found out all kinds of stuff. And so now I'm like, "Okay, you need to be in bed by 9:30 every night. We need to stop doing this at 2 in the morning."
Check.
So now I'm like focusing on my water, focusing on my sleep. I'm active. I'm always on the go. Yeah, right. I got my water. I got my electrolytes. So got to focus on my electrolytes. So
I just got the free water from the Hilton here. It's Pure Life, so it must be pure.
pure, yeah, the Nestle Pure Life. I don't know. Bottled water is pretty grimy as well, but
Eh,
it's fine.
you
It's
know,
fine. At least you can
it.
drink it. I don't think I could
Yeah,
drink the water in Africa. So
there you go.
okay, so anyways, if you want to know more about Love Made Away Ministries, go to their website at simplylovemadeawayministries.com. So cool. All right. You are talking about why you're blind. This
Yes,
is
I
why
am. And
I'm blind.
before we exit Love Made Away, I do want to say what
Mhm.
an awesome thing to do. And I
Thanks.
hope you have an amazing experience. I know
I
you
think I will.
will. And I've talked to a lot of people that have gone on mission trips and do things like that. And they always say the same thing. It's like you can't even describe how
No.
you feel when you're there, when you're going through it, and you
Yeah.
see the difference that you're making. So,
Yeah, I've heard like you go to make a difference, but you come back changed.
yeah,
It's like you're the
exactly.
one who's had the different. And you know what? I have like a completely new lease on life, right? Like I have this opportunity after having had stage 3 cancer to come back and like do good. So that's what I want to do. And we'll see.
There you
Maybe I'll
go.
make it a yearly thing. Who knows? It's a long flight. I'm not looking forward to that. But I mean, I'll just sleep, I guess, for 2 days.
Yeah, sometimes that's the only option, and that makes it the best. So
Yeah.
that's pretty amazing. I respect that
Thank you, sir.
tremendously. Uh, this is why I'm blind.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like
number
that
one, I
graphic.
think I'm actually blind because of genetics, but
Sure.
I was told that this week on our program the theme is TV week,
Mhm.
and when I was told it was TV week, I started thinking, okay, everybody's going to have some kind of a TV story that, how TV has impacted them in their life, whether it was their babysitter growing up
TV
like
raised
me,
me.
or,
Yes. Right. Like me also.
you become a member of the family on Friends and you just feel like you're part of the show, whatever.
Yeah.
TV has impacted all of us in our lives. And as I've grown older, I'm in my 40s.
Ew.
And as I've grown a little older, I've seen the evolution. It's weird when you start thinking about these things, like how stuff has evolved. And when I learned on our program about a month or so ago that the sliced bread was less than 100 years old, it really
Yeah.
made me start like paying closer attention to this stuff, right? And it's like, okay, TV is one of those things where growing up as a kid, we had one TV in our house, and it was like
Mhm.
this big ass, like it was probably weighed like six, seven
Tube.
hundred
Yeah.
pounds. It had like it was like a full piece of furniture. You could like put
Yeah.
stuff on top, and you'd have to
That was like in a wood
shine it
box.
up and everything. And there
Yeah.
was that one TV because like that TV cost probably back in the late 70s, early 80s, still probably about 600-700 bucks,
If not
which in
more.
modern times is like probably thousands.
Yeah.
So every family would have, not every family, but the cool families like mine, we would have one of those. And then if you got fortunate, you could find an ancillary TV for your children's rooms or for your other rooms of your house. And you'd often get like a 13-inch or something like
Yeah.
that.
Black
But
and
back
white
in the
little
day, we
thing.
had black and white
Rabbit ears.
TVs, right? Rabbit ears. You
Yeah.
had these little dials that you'd have to like turn to like really like hone in the channels perfectly. And I started thinking about this. This is one of those things that I was fortunate to have as a kid. I had my own TV. And it was like this little black and white TV, and you'd have to do all that crap. And I'd watch these shows on like these real obscure channels back when I was like, 10, 11, 12. I thought it was cool because I'm exploring and like, finding stuff that nobody knows about. And here it is. And I think that when people tell you, if you keep staring at the TV, you're going to go blind. I think there's something to that. And I think if you continue to squint, it also is going to mess with your vision. So as a kid, I would be like trying to watch all this stuff. And like, I'd be getting these weird channels out of all these unique little towns that I'd never even heard of.
Yeah.
And as I continue to evolve, I'm sitting in this hotel. There's probably, that's probably at least a 60-inch, and there's another one right behind me, and the other two 60-inch TVs within 5 feet of each other. But when we were growing up, we had to do it the hard way, and this is probably what television has done to me as far as how it's impacted me the most in life. Yes, I did have those years where we played video games for hours on end.
Yeah, of course.
My mom spoiled me, so she never said, no, get away, you're going to go blind. And not her fault. She was cool. She was just letting me play, but it messed with my vision. So to start off TV week, I felt like, rather than some relationship with a TV show or an actor or, something about the history, I just want to explain how TV kind of ruined my life a little bit. And I can't drive well at night because of the years of, trying to fine tune and dial it in.
Blue screen in your face.
Yeah, there's television in a nutshell for me. And to this day, now in my mid-40s, I have multiple televisions at the house I haven't watched. I don't turn them on anymore. I'm just like, I'm done. And you know why? I have to sit like this close to the iPad because I'm blind. So there you go.
Like reading the comments from back here.
This is brutal today. I'm trying to sit back so I'm not like way up in the thing. And I like to kind of have...
Yeah, you're always like leaning back.
I try for both of us to be about the same size. Like, I don't want to be like all huge up in your face, Like, that's kind of weird. But I can't read anything. All I can see over there is big ass. So there you go. But that's how we kick off TV week. I'm sure Becky's going to have something amazing about how TV has saved and innovated the world. To me, TV was a terrible role model. I did beat Mike Tyson because of it as a 12-year-old on Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Yeah, of course.
Other than that, I don't think TV has done anything positive in my life other than make it extremely uncomfortable to drive and not be able to read books.
Interestingly enough, when I took my daughter to her eye doctor more recently, a couple months ago, he said the amount of nearsightedness, I guess, is the one that he's seeing more recently because of that, he said it's out of control. He told my kid, like, you need to be wearing blue blockers and you need to be like putting your phone down.
So
and true. Of course he's not. But yeah, everyone's going to be blind hobbits here for in the future, the next generation of blind mole rats.
Oh, it's ridiculous. And you can look at me right now and be like, well, he doesn't look blind. Like, why are you being dramatic, Chuck? I have contacts in, but I'll tell you the truth. My eyes are like... you know how it's like 20/20 is perfect? They stopped measuring it at like 400. My prescription without contacts is 2,400 plus. Like, don't get in a car with me if I tell you my contacts aren't working.
So you're a Coke bottle guy.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's why I wear these damn contacts. They dry out my eyes real bad and they hurt, but I'd be like, hey, Becky, welcome to Going On Daily. And my eyes would be like this big,
Just like picturing like...
I'd be like Bubbles on Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, Bubbles just got in trouble also, a side note.
I know. But it was from a long time ago, and I thought that we already knew about that, but whatever. They're just trying to ruin the new season of Trailer Park Boys, which just got announced. And it's like, don't ruin it for the people.
I can't believe you like that.
11 years ago. Like, I don't agree with it, but come on.
Yeah, like move along. I can't believe you like Trailer Park Boys. I'm Canadian. I hate Trailer Park Boys.
I think Trailer Park Boys is probably my second favorite show ever. I've seen the whole thing.
Maybe I'd have to get into it.
At least like 9 different times.
I don't like it.
Funny, stupid, but funny show.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
don't
My
know.
Name is Earl. I don't know if you're familiar with My
I've
Name is
watched
Earl,
some
but
of that. I couldn't get into it either. My husband loved
same
it.
thing.
So
Yeah, it's probably a guy thing, I guess.
maybe I was
We've
like,
got different
so
senses of humor for sure.
I'm like, so he just wanders around making amends for being a douche before. Okay.
Yeah, that's all
Like,
he
cool.
does.
Cool story. Yeah.
All he
No,
does.
everyone likes Trailer Park Boys. I can't get into it. I also have never given it the old college try. So maybe I will have to. It is a Canadian staple, of
It's
course. And
fun. Yeah,
Letterkenny,
it's
if you've ever
funny.
seen Letterkenny, if you haven't, you need to. Or what's the other one? Shorzy. You'd like both of those if you like all
And
the
there you
others.
go. Now we're getting some good recommendations, and I'm probably going to do that. And I do love the Trailer Park Boys. They have been hilarious, and they're every one of the characters you start to like know them personally and know their
Yeah.
character and whatnot. And yeah, it's pretty good.
I know the characters. I don't watch anything to do with them, but I know lots of people like them. My nail girl has frig off tattooed on her fingers because she
See, there
loves
you
it
go.
so much.
That's
Yeah.
commitment. I'm
Yeah.
not that committed, so I
Yeah.
respect her.
Love
Frig
it.
off.
Yeah. I mean, a TV staple, everybody. Trailer Park Boys, what shaped our whole world. Okay. So I wanted to know, like, what was behind the TV? Who created the TV? What's the origin of the TV? Oh, that's a fun little, I like
Oh,
that
that
box there.
is.
Yeah.
There's that original TV right there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Remember when stations would just go off the air and you would get this little rainbow right here? You'd
That
wake
was
up in the
awesome. Or
night.
you would get the American flag and it would just play the national
Oh, well,
anthem
I
all night.
never was that here. Obviously.
Oh,
Obviously, we
they
didn't get
didn't play
that.
the Canadian national anthem on those when they were.
We have zero pride in Canada.
Wow. Okay. There you go.
So this story is called The Boy Who Saw Pictures in the Air. So, I mean, obviously, if you're listening to our show right now, you've probably stared at screens today. In fact, you're staring at a screen right now.
Thank
Watch
you for
that,
that.
right? Right, you are. Maybe you've looked at more. Maybe you've looked at your phone, your computer, your TV. Who knows? We're surrounded by these blue screens constantly, right? It's this beam of light being shot into your brain, or in Chuck's case, into your eyeballs, ruining eyesight forever for you. Right. So, but before Netflix, before cable, before even color on television, there was a boy on a farm in rural Idaho who looked at a plowed field and imagined something impossible. Now, I can't help but think about Kyle, who's from Idaho. Maybe it was Kyle's grandpa who created this. This is the story of how television was born, and it wasn't in a laboratory, it wasn't in a government building, but in the wandering mind of a teenager who saw pictures in the air. So the year is 1921. It's Idaho, rolling hills, family farm. There's a 14-year-old boy named Philo Farnsworth. He was driving a horse-drawn plow through the dirt. Now, obviously, kids his age, you've been 14. I've got a 13 and 15-year-old. They're not thinking of inventions, that's for sure. Not now, anyway.
I invented some cool stuff when I was like 14, 15. None of it ever made it to the
Yeah, like
reality,
the
but
onion ring burger or whatever that was.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But not
That wasn't even
television.
one of the better ones.
Right. He was thinking about electricity. In fact, he was obsessed with it. He watched this plow carve straight, even lines through the soil, and then he had this flash of inspiration. If an image could be broken into fine, straight lines, maybe it could be transmitted electronically, one line at a time, and then put back together again. And if you've ever seen Willy Wonka or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that's kind of what he does with that transporter thing. He's sending a piece by piece by piece until they reconvene together, or if you've seen Star Trek. So you haven't.
Well,
You
I
don't
don't
watch
know what TV. I
TV.
don't know
Dang
how
it.
TV works. I'm learning.
What is a Star Trek? Yes. So in that moment, standing in this potato field, the central idea for an electronic television snapped into place for him. He ran inside. I don't know why he told his teacher. He was plowing the fields. So this tells me he was at home. But anyway, it says he ran inside and told his teacher, drawing his vision on a blackboard. Years later, that chalk drawing would become crucial evidence in a courtroom, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So at that time, other inventors were trying to solve the same problem, most notably someone named Vladimir Zworykin, an engineer working at RCA, the Radio Corporation of America.
Oh,
We all know RCA.
yep.
RCA had, a court drama. Bum, bum, bum. RCA had power, money, labs, and lawyers. Philo had a barn and he was a kid, literally. He had a handful of friends who he turned upstairs loft into this secret lab filled with wires, vacuum tubes, and electrodes. And their goal was creating the first machine to be able to capture a moving image electronically and display it instantly somewhere else. And then on September 7th, 1927, so let's do the math here. If he was 14 in 1921, so he's 20 now, in their makeshift workshop, they actually did it. Was it, or what was it, do you think? Like the first image? Any idea?
Well,
It's pretty basic. Think back to the fields.
I'm going to say it was, I was
Not
going
a
to say an American flag, but it's not that.
No,
A
basic,
tractor.
more basic.
I'm going to say a cornfield.
No, it's just a straight line. That's it.
Oh,
It's the first thing that was ever on TV was a straight line. It wasn't a landscape, not a person, certainly not a flag.
just
Just
a
a
straight. Hey, I remember back in the day when we had Atari and it was like all stick figures.
beep,
And if you look at video
beep.
games now, it's like, all
Yeah,
right,
exactly. It has
gotta
to start
start
somewhere,
somewhere.
right? It's got to
Can
start
you
somewhere.
imagine just chilling like on a Saturday and like kicking on the TV and just watching a straight line for like 3-4 hours?
No,
How
I couldn't.
relaxing that must have been.
Right? It's like I came home yesterday. My husband had
Just watching TV.
the fireplace TV on, and sometimes we put the fish tank channel on. It is actually very relaxing. But anyways, so he had this simple white line and it was being rotated by Philo turning a knob. So I don't know how it works, but it was working. Crude,
Oh,
yes, but the image was moving and it was alive. And this meant that his idea worked. And he was only 21 at the time. So now the story shifts from science to this drama that Ron is so
of
looking forward
course.
to.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Ron, RCA got wind of the farm kid beating them to the punch. They were unimpressed. Obviously, that's like a nice way of putting it. Their chairman, David Sarnoff, believed RCA had a right to control anything involving radio or television. He sent this Vladimir Zvorkin to Philo's lab under the guise of friendly interest, but in reality, that guy was there scouting the competition. He came back to RCA and told Sarnoff something astonishing. There's a young man out in California who solved the problem we have been trying to solve without success. Soon after, RCA claimed their patents should own the concept of electronic television, even though Philo had demonstrated his first. He must have moved to California. It doesn't tell me this, but it says that he was in California. So he must have moved. Excuse me. This sparked a legal battle that dragged on for years, costing Philo more than he had, but he refused to give up. Remember that chalkboard drawing from his classroom? Well, his teacher had saved it. It proved that Philo had the idea before RCA's patents. Against all odds, that farm kid actually won the lawsuit. In 1934, so 13 years after his original idea, the U.S. Patent Office ruled in his favor that Philo Farnsworth was the inventor of the electronic television. Now, during the 30s and 40s, the world was rapidly changing. Of course, radio had become the heartbeat of nations, but television promised something magical to them, seeing faces, seeing motion, seeing the world as it happened. Now, I'm looking back though, was there not black and white movies, silent films?
The Three Stooges. I mean,
Well, that's
Laurel
like
and Hardy. Those guys were funny,
no,
but I
but
mean,
for
I thought it was
back
like in the
further than that,
early 30s. Yeah,
like Charlie Chaplin. Was that when that was the 30s?
I
For some
don't
reason, I
know.
thought it was the
Sometimes you
20s.
find things out and you're like, wow, I didn't realize. Like one
Yeah,
of those famous like Picasso or something died in the 1970s, and I'm like,
yeah, I
oh,
know,
I
right?
thought that guy died like the 1500s. So
Yeah, no,
I'm not good with history or much of
or
anything, honestly. I
facts.
just
Yes,
living
that's
in a
right.
bubble.
Right. So, yeah, people were very interested in seeing that motion on TV, right? Seeing the world as it happened. Television made its public debut at the 1939 World's Fair in New York. I expected it way earlier than that. Thousands lined up to stare at a flickering image of baseball news, baseball games, news, broadcasts, even President Roosevelt. People were gasping, crying. Some people didn't trust it. They thought it was, some sort of a trick, probably witchcraft. But obviously the world was hooked. As like you have a baby, you put a screen in front of its face, it's hooked. It's a curse,
Game
honestly.
over. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
these things listen to everything we say and do now. We were
Yeah.
paranoid about it in the beginning. Trust me. It's way
Exactly.
worse now.
After World War II, TV sets rolled into the living rooms across America. Families gathered around in the evening like moths to a light. That's so true. We're all just like
Indeed.
staring. Television reshaped politics, art, advertising, culture. Eventually, the entire way humans understood the world was shaped by television. Now, despite being the father of this global technology, Philo Farnsworth never became wealthy or even widely known. I'm sure you've probably never even heard this name before, right?
No,
Right.
I thought RCA invented the TV.
Right.
Come to find out, that was all a charade.
No, they just tried to steal it. He sold many of his patents just to keep his research going. And yet, in his later years, when someone asked him what he thought of the modern television he helped create, he said something unexpectedly humble. There's nothing on it worth watching. Wow.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Okay. On the night he died, every television station in the United States paused for a moment of silence. Not everyone knew his name, but everyone had lived in the world that he created. So, television didn't begin with corporations or committees. It began with curiosity, with this farm kid seeing lines in the dirt and imagining it carrying pictures for people to see. Today, we now carry screens in our pockets, thousands of worlds at our fingertips. So true. It all traces back to the one thought in the moment on this little dusty afternoon in Idaho. Is that
That's
cool?
pretty dang impressive right
Yeah,
there. TV
that's a cool
week,
story.
boy, that the door has been kicked open for TV week. Like, stay
Yeah,
tuned to all of the programming this week to learn more about television. But
yeah.
wow.
I honestly had no idea until I came across that story yesterday. It's wild to me that this guy never became rich of any sort.
I mean,
Like,
I've
you
never
think
heard of
RCA
him.
would have paid him, like, hey, come work for us or something. I
Yeah,
know.
but probably at that point, there's probably some bad blood. If RCA did
Yeah.
that, I'd be like, you know what? Why don't you guys go kick some rocks? Get out of my life. I'd rather just be Philo Farnsworth, a
Yeah,
random
that's fair.
dude. One day
Totally
I'll
fair.
get mentioned on Going On Daily to kick off TV week, and that's more than enough.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
all the credit he needs, and we just gave it to him. So,
Right.
Philo, if you're out there
Philo,
watching,
thanks for what
thank
you've
you.
done. Which, I mean, really is the invention of the phone and the computer as well, really.
That's right.
So,
The complete demise, the moral demise of our
right.
entire
Thanks,
world
Philo, for creating a
was your
world full of zombies.
responsibility, sir. Thanks. Next time, just plow the fields and don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
plow the fields and shut up. So Ron says tomorrow he's going to do his favorite TV theme songs. Okay, I was thinking today of doing my favorite TV characters, but I thought this would be a good way to start it. We're talking about TV, but like,
It's
how did TV get
terrific.
here? So cool.
Terrific. The invention of it and how it's completely ruined my life.
Right.
Welcome to TV week, everybody.
It's TV week. Woo, so happy. So, yeah, that's it for today. Hopefully, you learned something or two on our show. Make sure you are back tomorrow. I'm actually back tomorrow because I can't do Wednesday and Thursday, but I'm back tomorrow with Luana here. And I guess Ron is doing a top five. So be here for that. And on Wednesday, we've got Ron and Kyle. And then on Thursday, we've got, I don't know, is it Ron and JJ? I think so. Ron's busy this week. So anyway, be back tomorrow. And make sure you follow us, Chuck Allen 210 on YouTube and aboundinghealth.ca for me. And that's all. That's all I got. You got
No.
anything else?
Yeah, thank you guys. I apologize. I'm going to go listen to this later. If the audio sounds like crap
You'll
again,
hate your
I
first segment for
sincerely
sure.
apologize, and it will never happen again.
It got better after
I'm
the
a professional
refresh.
broadcaster. I try.
Embarrassing.
Other than that, everybody have fun. I'm going to go look at this flat roof. I'm going to go put a tarp on a buddy's friend's house, and then
Driving home.
I'm going to drive 4 hours home to San Antonio. So day is planned. I hope everybody enjoyed this, and I will listen on my ride home later.
You will hate it.
Nah.
Bye,
Later, guys.
everyone.